God's changed my ways, change my ways, those evil ways. So I set out, cross that way, strike them down, to make them pay, and change their ways, their evil ways. But I can't hide. Whoa. I won't hide. Whoa. Yeah.
Thanks, Shelly.
As long as it's not at the Chapel of Love.
As long as it's not what?
At the Chapel of Love.
Oh no, God no.
Dude, no Elvis for you.
No.
All right, so we are back once again for some more Ashland by Night, specifically Ashland by Night, the Dark West. We are having some technical issues, unfortunately. So we have a picture of Brittany posted up, but she is here with us audio-wise. Rachel has decided she is monotone for tonight. And we've got
But not
somebody coming through.
audio monotone.
Oh,
Who's coming through?
Yeah, Brittany, I think we have audio coming through for you right now. In the background.
Yeah, that's
Audio in the background?
Yeah, we're picking. I'm picking up myself in the background from your camera.
Well, that's great. I'll just
Echo effect.
Poor Brittany.
I know. I'm sorry. We'll get it figured out.
Wah, wah, wah.
Okay, so we've got that all set up and ready to rock. And she has somebody getting her a headset, I guess, right now. So it shouldn't be an issue for long. Okay, so where last we left off, everybody had, everybody who survived, if you can tell by the screen, not everybody survived, but everybody that survived has moved on. They had, Veridat had given them a couple months to settle their affairs, do whatever it is that they wanted to do in particular. And then he was recalling them for tasks that he had in mind. By this point, everybody is fully bloodbound to him. For those of you in the know, you don't necessarily understand what that means out of character, or I should say in character, but you do know that his wish is your command. Okay, so we have a bit of a narration here. So I am going to kind of catch everybody up to speed for our episode 2, Cemetery of the Cemetery. So our episode is opening up with updates to all of our characters and from where they have requested, or they have taken time for themselves up to the point where Veridat has called them back into service. Evelyn Thornfield has actually helped Reverend Elias Turner bury the bodies of the deceased, and they were careful to ensure contagion wasn't found and spread by mistake. Most of her 3 months beyond that were actually spent at the feet of Veridat, attempting to learn more about her supernatural powers. Theodore Gold and Montague Summers spent part of their time discussing all things esoteric and occult. There was discussion about possibly starting a school of some kind, but the time that they had wasn't actually going to allow for such a thing. In the meantime, the two of them sought menial work wherever they could find it. The Reverend Elias Turner also helping Evelyn with the burial of the bodies from the town of Terrence Hill. Then he helped treat members of the group with their infirmities from post-battle. After finding out this, he spent some time in deep contemplation before making his way to Ashland Mills to assist the local law enforcement. So when not helping the sheriff, he's actually teaching those who will listen to the word of God. I blow the word of God. Rumors persist that he or someone within the congregation is a faith healer, and some from his flock speak of healed bones and grievous wounds mending faster than any surgeon. Colton Cassidy, disregarding the events that took place, Colton returned to apply his trade with renewed vigor and skill. Beginning in Ashland Mills, Colton has traveled to Portland, to Salem, and back again, earning money and fame as a card shark and a man with a keen eye at the poker table. He's also been involved in more than one shootout on account of him being called a cheat due to his success, but no charge of cheating has ever stuck, much to the chagrin of his opponents. Adelaide Prescott, when she wasn't assisting the Reverend Turner or Nurse Thornfield, she was frequently attempting to learn more about her own supernatural powers and going to church, which is the outdoor one that Reverend Turner had begun spreading the gospel at, which that's actually located on the south side of town. Overall, Terrence Hill has slowly started to make a comeback. For months, the townsfolk of Ashland Mills believed a plague had taken the town, but as greed overcame many, eventually some would venture back into town on the hunt for precious gold and silver. Eventually, people came back in droves to snatch up empty land and buildings with the hope of future returns from the mines. It's now 1867. And thus far, their luck holds, swelling the populations of Ashland Mills and Terrence Hill. Rumors haunt the area about the curse of Terrence Hill, with someone falling deathly ill and succumbing to a rapid state of decay, like some sort of advanced leprosy as well as gangrene. At first, the whole area was concerned a foul curse had befallen them and threatened to kill off everything that they had built up. But then, as investigators, such as Mr. Gold and Mr. Summers, began looking into the case, they soon discovered that it may have been tied to Chinese immigrants coming through town on their way to places like Oregon City and Salem. The townsfolk became paranoid and now refuse any man, woman, or child of Asian descent to come anywhere near the two towns. And since the mayor of Ashland Mills, upon threat of hostile action by the townsfolk, made this proclamation, the crisis seems to have been averted. A newcomer to the region, calling herself Madame Serafina, has also been seen from time to time. She is a gypsy seer and prognosticator who has set up a tent on the north side of town, who tells fortunes and offers the advice of the dead for those with coin to pay. Those who do not find themselves amongst the reverend's flock have sometimes found their way to her tent for guidance. Her clients vary greatly, as do their requests. The God-fearing men and women of Ashland Mills had begun taking offense to her presence in the city until she predicted the potential cause of the horrible disease that sprang forth. When she is absolved of any wrongdoing, her credibility was solidified, and while the devout give her a wide berth, she's earned a measure of respect, especially since she never speaks ill of the church. Another newcomer to the city, along with his wife, is Virgil Duskwalker Hickok. A sometimes outlaw, sometimes just a gun for hire, he and his wife have recently moved to Ashland Mills seeking a fresh start. In the year that has passed, a new gang of outlaws has sprung up, wreaking havoc from here to Salem, Oregon, calling themselves the Rogue Valley Villains. They have robbed trains, stagecoaches, burned down campsites, and murdered many, even going so far as to rob a steamship near Portland once. No one knows their identities yet, and the general belief it is only a matter of time before the U.S. Marshals, combined with the Pinkertons, ride into the surrounding area and put an end to them. And as a whole, to our players, Veridat during this year has set down a mandate that the group were to become outlaws, acting as his agents in the area to obtain whatever it was he wanted by whatever means necessary. His command is like an iron grip, and even if they don't want to obey, they do out of some supernatural fear or perhaps even desires for more gifts that he has bestowed upon them. Tonight, however, is one such task, and this is where the scene picks up. Our scene begins on the naval vessel named the Collinsworth. Having left port at San Francisco, California, the ship is sailing for Portland, Oregon, bound with cargo and passengers. It is the evening time, and dinner is currently being served to the guests aboard. Already aboard, and they were chosen because they looked like they wouldn't necessarily know one another, and they all have measures of etiquette. The team that is currently on the boat is the Reverend Turner, Evelyn Thornfield, and Colton Cassidy. However, there is a separate group, a boarding party, which is currently coming up the side of the vessel, consisting of Theodore Gold, Montague Summers, Adelaide Prescott, and Sarah Jones. The job that you have been tasked with is coming back with an ancient tome that Veridat has deemed important, but he hasn't provided much information about it. He did provide a physical description of the book. It's a rough-hewn looking black book, likely used for record keeping, judging by the age and how he described how beaten it was. It had gold decorative lining around the spine and covers. It was thick, perhaps maybe 500 or so pages of rough cut paper. On the cover is a skull surrounded by a ring of 3 smaller skulls, and then encircled by another ring of 13 more skulls. The initial plan is for the 3 aboard already to find and strategically transport the equipment to an alternate location, i.e. Steel, back to Ashland Mills. This heist is supposed to take place as they near the Scapos Plains, which is Indian land, also inhabited by trappers and hunters, located roughly 20 or so miles northwest of Portland. So if you pull out a Google's map, you will see the real-life town of Scapos. Just northeast of that particular location, you will find Scapos Bay. What the team has been told is that someone with horses will be waiting for them on the west shores of Scapos Bay and providing cover fire. So, our team that is currently on board and a part of the passengers. The ship itself is not only bringing in cargo of some kind and transportation, but it's also a passenger liner. It has second-rate fare as well as first class, all of which Evelyn, the Reverend, and Colton have booked first-class passage. As the scene opens up, you are all at your individual tables, intermixed with some of the other first-class passengers, in the dining area for the first-class passengers. I will let you define how you were dressed, what you were looking like, and I will let you decide who you thought was on point, or the leader, if that's what you need, for those who are currently in the dining area. And I will get to the boarding party in a second.
Can I clarify? You said that someone with horses waiting where? At what was the name of the location?
At Scapos Bay.
Scapos Bay. Okay.
Yes.
And again, to clarify, basically, Veridat wants us to basically retrieve this tomb. Tome.
Not a tomb. There's
tome,
no way you'd be able
whatever.
to get that off the ship.
Tome. Whatever. Tomato. So we have to retrieve this tome, and it's basically a book with skull on front, gold lining, thick, and basically find/transfer/steal back to him.
That is correct.
Okay.
To strategically transport equipment to alternate locations.
Yeah. Steal.
Well, his wish is my command. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
But the etiquette of the day, this is where passengers might kibitz and discuss and meet new people. And since you were all in first class, it would not be completely unheard of if you wandered to the same table with your dinner. Just letting you know, because that is kind of expected. This is where people who are attempting to be social of the day would likely do so.
Okay. Evelyn will be. She has her tray of whatever she's picked, and something that's not gonna make her feel stuffed and sleepy later. She's wearing her hair is up, similar to mine.
Okay.
Nice updo, swept up, earrings, and she's in basically a very tight-fitting, sort of grayish habit that has a relatively high neckline, frills. Her hair, if you guys don't remember, it's very light brown. She's got a very young complexion, light green eyes, but her eyes actually look a little darker, a little bit more not sunken in, but maybe a little more just bags under them. So she looks a little tired, but she doesn't seem that way. She just maybe she's just lack of sleep. Who knows? Natural bags. And she's gonna go and find the Reverend and join him at a table. And if he's not, she will find a table.
Okay, well, we'll assume that the Reverend has already found a table.
Yeah.
At this point, Reverend, given the fact that you are typically called to a life of poverty, you probably have a little bit more on your plate than you anticipated.
Yeah.
Because this is first class food. This is a nice ham. There's some vegetables that are actually cooked and not just kind of thrown in a pot of water to be boiled. You know, it's nice. You lucked out on this particular task and got the high life.
The Lord provides. So yeah, he's essentially wearing more or less what I'm wearing here, the typical preacher getup, but he made sure that it's clean, you know, not wrinkled and all that, because in first class. And yeah, he'll greet Evelyn.
Reverend.
Evelyn, good to see you. Good to see you. Please have a seat.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I can't wait for this trip to be over.
I know how you feel, but we'll get done what we need to get done and be on our way before we know it, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. Have you heard anything about any cargo?
Well, I was going to partake in this wonderful meal first, and
Mm-hmm.
then mingle and see if anyone would happen to know of any type of books they might recommend.
No, that's a good idea. Oh, sure. Yes, let's eat. And then she'll pour her tea and begin. She'll say a prayer first.
Okay.
Yep.
Sure.
Same here.
And about this point, Colton is coming in a little late, probably smoothing down his outfit or something. He was one of the last individuals from first class to come in. However, he is, based upon how he is dressed, he is only fashionably late. If ever there was an individual who looked like he fit in here, this was his class of individual.
She's gonna nod, try to catch his eye at the table.
Okay. Yeah, Colton will walk up. Colton is I like to think like Colton definitely is dressed better than the last time we saw him. He's got a little bit more spend a little bit more folded money. His hair though, like essentially he looks like not quite like sleazy, but I think the idea that on this ship especially that Colton is trying to appear as somebody of first class, but is at the same time not being so snooty that he can't gamble with like the deckhands after hours and things like that. So as he's walking around, he probably he probably knows a lot of the people who work on the boat by name because he spent like some time schmoozing, talking about stuff, gambling.
Sure.
Yeah. And so yeah, I'll go grab my my tray of food and then I'll go sit down next to them. Or is this seat taken?
Mr. Cassidy, please join us.
Oh, so good to see you again. Looks like you've been doing well for yourself, Mr. Cassidy.
Right. It's been doing my best to keep busy. I was about to say something blasphemous. Sorry, Reverend. But yeah.
Please have a seat.
Yeah, and I'll take a seat, and then I'll kind of just like I'll just kind of gesture them closely, and I'll kind of pull out some cards, like acting like I'm about to instigate a game, because I'm assuming there's other people walking about.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's
Okay.
about 15 other people in this room, not including the staff who is assisting with the food.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna as I'm like kind of laying the cards out as if I'm setting up a game. I'll just kind of let them know, like in a hush, that by the way, I hear there's a fancy looking book that we might be interested in checking out. Cargo 1A.
Oh,
And which you guys do have at this point. You those of you who are the team that's already on board, you already have a layout, so you can utilize the blueprints that I've thrown up in the chat.
Okay. Interesting. Do you happen to know how to make your way there?
Jerome, would I happen to know how to make my way there?
Oh yeah, just look at the map.
Okay. Yeah, just look at the map. That's what I'll tell them. Okay, so
if you've been near it, did you happen upon any passersby, wanderers, guards?
Jerome, would I have been able to get that close to it? I assumed that I would have.
You're able to get to the cargo hold itself. You haven't found it per se, but you know which one it's in.
Okay.
And they do have a deckhand that wanders through the every so often, just to make sure everything is secure.
Okay. And is this have I been down there myself, or is this information that like I've kind of gleaned from talking with people?
You've been down there yourself.
Oh, okay. Sneaky. Yeah, so I'll say yeah, they got a guy that travels up and down the cargo area, so there is a guard, but hopefully shouldn't be that much trouble.
How would we like to handle said guard?
Well, how far away is that cargo from where we're currently at? How many what do you call it? Train sections away?
Well, if you look at
ship. It's a ship. Never mind.
Yep.
Sorry, not a train.
Okay.
Sorry, brain fart.
We're in the first
on the river.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. So we have a layout.
Yeah, it's okay.
All right.
And we're in first class dining, right?
Yes.
And this is down down in cargo.
Cargo 1A.
Yeah. So
well, we could or one of us could say that we have left something of importance in one of our luggage, and it happens to be there.
They might actually just try to get it for us, and that would mean that we're still walking with them. I'm not sure they would just let us traipse about wherever we please. We might need to act as a decoy, perhaps draw them away, or do something with their perception. Do either of you have any ability to do such a thing?
That is side note, that is a great comment, and you would know that you have the rest of your team boarding the vessel to specifically act as a chaotic distraction.
Okay.
Oh, so Jerome, when you said that they were going to be a boarding party, did you mean that they were essentially going to act as like pirates?
That is up to how they wish to handle it.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if we had like planned that out.
Maybe it's just we're going to port and they're picking up, and
you guys don't have any eye patches for that or peg legs. So.
I mean, we can make it work.
Okay. So we have people that are going to be joining us that should be helping with that. Perhaps I could slip into the shadows. I might be able to make my way there. Once it gets darker.
Good.
I've picked up some ways of distracting people. I could maybe command them to go uh, go relieve himself, or go play a game with me or something, or I think it's doable. The question is, do we want to do it now while things are quiet, or do we want to wait until the hustle and bustle comes?
Well, we're supposed to wait for our other half.
Right.
When we do that, we need to be quick about it. We can't stay here and dilly-dally after the hustle and bustle happens. Let's say we do this. Miss Thornfield, like you said, if you could slip into the shadows and make your way there and be ready at the right time, if you could then find a way in or open the door when the commotion begins, the timing would be perfect. And meanwhile, since there's only one individual there, Cassidy, do you have the ability to perhaps yell at him or have him leave the area, come back to the deck of the ship to deal with whatever's happening when it happens?
Yeah, I suppose I could give him a command, something to send him on his way.
Well, is the cargo locked?
Yeah, was I able to make or to like lay eyes on the book room, or do I just know that it's there?
You just know it's there. You don't know. You haven't been able to see it specifically.
Okay.
So
Perhaps
we should find out if it's locked first, because I can't exactly pick locks. Maybe you can command him to unlock it.
I could possibly. I could also give it a try unlocking it myself. I guess it'll depend on what the security is around this this thing is, because I'm assuming there's not somebody down there with it, but who knows? It says it's just a book. What if there's another guy like Veridat down there? I'd hate to leave you in there
What
alone.
are the odds of that?
Well,
Right.
Well, that does bring up a good point. How many do we want to head down there? Perhaps 2, just in case there's something else to deal with.
I suppose I can go with you. Maybe if we can't sneak in there proper, I'll send the guy away. The preacher man is our lookout. You and I can try and snag the check out the book, and then make our way out as the commotion's happening.
What's the lighting like on the ship? Are they gaslit sort of deal, or candles?
Keep in mind, like full flowing electricity and whatnot is still not all that common.
Right. That's what I was wondering. Like at this particular year, like it wasn't.
Yep.
Not everything's been electrified. So okay. I could probably snuff some of the lights out, but to create that kind of shadow would be potentially noticeable.
Well, I can always I can be very persuasive if I need to, but Jerome, I have a question. How much time is there going to be between when our distraction arrives and when we arrive at Scapos Bay?
At this, you're operating right about now within that window that you need to start going. So either you operate before your distraction, or you wait for the distraction. However you want to do it is up to you.
Well, what I mean is, like, when the rest of our party arrives, is it going to be like a few hours, a few days before we arrive at the drop-off place at Scapos Bay, or like?
No, it's happening tonight. It's all happening now.
Yeah. Okay. Because I was gonna. All right, yeah. So I'd say I prefer not to raise a ruckus, but we're not staying on this boat for long. So if we need to, things can get lost down here.
Why don't I? I mean, we need to get down to the room. You said it's down there, so I will. I agree. I think I should slip into the shadows and get to the door. We just gotta make sure nobody's there. I could also go down and be a distraction myself. I mean, clumsy me. I went the wrong direction.
Well
Sure,
then, let's take a walk that way now, shall we? Make sure everything is right on time.
Indeed.
Sounds good. Jerome, can I grab like are there like bottles of wine or something, like some sort of alcohol?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna grab one and take it with me, and a glass, or
That's all.
or a glass or two.
Okay. So
So,
you
yeah.
have drinks with you. I'm sorry. So Evelyn and the Reverend, what are you guys doing?
So I think we're walking towards the cargo,
we're-
or at least in that direction.
Yeah, so since we're in the first class lounge right now, we're headed to the engine room because it looks like that's the thing that goes down to where the cargo hold is.
Mhm.
So then we're walking towards that stairway.
Yeah.
Okay. So
And-
that stairway is guarded.
Okay.
And they would be motioning you away at this point if you got anywhere near it. Polite, of course, encouraging you to either go to the back to the dining area or to the lounge.
Are we in the lounge or are we in dining?
You're in dining.
We're in dining. Okay.
Excuse me, gentlemen. I'm very sorry, but I believe I may have left something in my luggage that is still in cargo. Would one of you be a dear and go get it for me?
Roll your manipulation and subterfuge.
Okay.
Difficulty 7.
Yep.
You currently have 1 up. We are currently showing a red suit. 6.
2,
Nice.
4.
Or sorry, difficulty 7. So no, but there will be a little bit of bonus luck. So
Okay. Let me find it. It's a 5. And difficulty 7, you said?
difficulty 7. Yes.
Oh, shit. I don't think I did that right.
It's /MM.
Oh, right. 5 space 7. Oh, dang. Okay.
You're in the wrong chat.
It's got to be in the.
Oh, I thought it was in the Dark
West
West.
Rolls.
Oh, okay. That's probably why. Sorry, guys. Brain fart. 7. Am I doing it wrong? Why am I having issues?
You have to go.
There it goes. 1.
Okay, so now we've got that resolved.
Sorry.
So he's like, I understand, ma'am, but we'll have to have somebody go down there in lieu of that, and have your luggage brought up to your room.
Oh, that would be very nice. But I'm honestly quite afraid that someone may try to take it. I mean, if I must. I'm just gonna look to the Reverend.
So the Reverend's gonna be like, my dear gentleman. It's like what, 2 guys that are standing
Yes.
here.
Mhm.
Like, my dear gentleman, I understand what you're trying to do here, and he's gonna walk away when he's talking from where the other let's see, Cassidy isn't with us right now, so he's gonna walk away from where Evelyn's standing to like have their eyes kind of follow him rather than her.
Okay.
And he will go ahead and spend a blood point and do awe. Let's see here. Okay, it's going to be that plus performance 5, 6. Three successes.
Nice.
And so with getting their attention, he's going to be like, my dear gentleman, I really need to impart upon you what's actually important here. And when he's saying this, he's gonna do a quick glance over to Evelyn, like as if to be like, okay, now's the time.
Yep. I'm gonna. Are they distracted enough?
Yeah, he's got their full attention.
Okay.
Awesome
So
does that.
I am going to. Okay, this is gonna sound a little weird. So let me pull up my shadow play. I'm gonna do shadow play, and I'm gonna make it look like there's a shadow of my silhouette basically going down another way, while I slip into the door, or try to.
Second. Okay.
Can I not do that? I'm
No,
looking
you
it up
can.
here.
You will need to spend a blood point to activate it.
Yep.
And you don't necessarily have to make a roll for it, unless you are attempting to use it against somebody specifically, like physically.
No, I'm not trying to physically use it against somebody. It's just shadow play, so it's more so I want to create the illusion that I've wandered off into another area.
And how are you hiding? 'Cause you're right in front of them right now, even though they're not.
Well, I thought
looking at
they like.
They didn't walk off. They're still.
Oh,
they're
I
still
thought they did.
No. But their attention is completely on the Reverend.
Okay.
Would it be possible for us to try and sneak by?
That's kind of what I'm trying to do.
If
Is
you had
basically sneak
obfuscate.
by. I don't.
Oh, okay, but they will see us with.
Oh yes.
Okay.
So I'm gonna assume that I'm seeing like Evelyn and Colton kind of looking around, not figuring out what to do,
Yeah,
and he's gonna say,
they clearly
I really
had an
don't.
idea of something at first, and when they realized they didn't really move, but you got their attention, and
You're
you're
like,
holding their attention, that
go.
you got a good effect, but not what everybody had hoped. So while you guys are kind of sussing that out,
Sorry.
no, you're fine. So our boarding party. Arr!
Yep.
Theodore, Adelaide, Montague, and Sarah. I need all of you to make climbing checks. So it's going to be strength and athletics, difficulty 6.
Strength and athletics.
As you are literally walking up the side of this ship on rope and a grappling hook.
Okay.
What did you say the difficulty was?
6.
6, okay.
Can we use potence for this?
Yes. Potence just adds to your dice. Unless you want to burn a blood for it.
No. No. All right, so strength 2, athletics 5, 6, 7.
Oh, come on. Four.
No, didn't do what I wanted to times it. Okay.
2.
It's because you got to put the /MM and then you just put 4
Okay.
and 6. Don't put the D10 in.
That's where I went a mistake. There we go.
Yeah.
1.
Okie doke. So all of you, I'm still waiting on Sarah. Did Brittany get back in the chat? I think she did.
Jerome,
No,
I would have tried to clear the deck before we went up. I would have tried to use Wind of Lethargy before we went up.
No, there's not going to be a way to clear the deck while you guys are on the way getting up. You can you could attempt to do something afterwards.
Okay.
I don't see Brittany nor. Okay, there's Rachel. Is Brittany gone, or do I need to reboot my own?
No,
Brittany
Brittany is not in the room right now for some
Okay,
reason.
okay.
She's been having problems because she's on Wi-Fi where she's at.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we didn't think about that to bring a Wi-Fi booster. So.
Oh, I think she's back.
Yeah, I see. So she's back.
Test. Do you hear Brittany?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Now that I'm ready to rage quit.
Oh,
Sorry.
I'm sending you hugs.
Okay, sorry. What's going on now?
You're scaling the side of a ship. Just give me strength and athletics check. Difficulty 6. Add potence if you have it.
Oh, shoot. That's what I forgot to do. Okay. Oh, well.
Okay. Strength and potence.
Or if it would be easier, could someone roll for her?
Yeah, I can roll for you, Brittany, if you want me to.
Hold on. Sorry, the audio was way better like 5 minutes ago when my microphone wasn't working. Okay. 4. Difficulty 6.
Difficulty 6.
2.
Okay. Just keep in mind we're in Dark West rolls, not VTM rolls, but the roll's good.
Okay.
It's fine. It's fine. So you guys are scaling up the side of the boat at this point. Steven's kind of in the rear with the gear at this point, based on the results. But everybody is starting to make your way up. Unfortunately, because you had to take a boat out here, it is not going to be available to you after this. So it's not like you could tie it off and just drag it.
Okay.
The idea here is when you're ready for your escape, you're going to take some of their lifeboats.
Uh-huh. How about if we just drive the boat up on the beach and get off?
If I will let you decide that. I'm just letting you know what the initial plan was. If your intention is to do something otherwise, go right on ahead.
Because I don't know anyone in this group that has an ounce of seaworthiness in them.
Well, I will say this. If you have no strength, then you have no business rowing a boat or climbing the side of a boat.
Yep.
To operate a rowboat, that's all you need.
A rowboat.
Is strength.
Yep.
If none of you have that kind of strength, you shouldn't have been on this operation in the first place. Having looked at everybody's character sheet, you have that prerequisite. So, so those of you who are getting up on top of the ship, as you get up, climb all the way up onto the main deck, there are people about, but they have not spotted you as of this point. It's nighttime, and of course, even though it's lit, it's not like it's bright lights from electric lighting. It's all gaslight.
Is there a way I could use Whisper, right? I can use the Whisper in the Path of Winds, and my team's right there. So while we're doing that, I'm going to whisper to them that I can either use lethargy on the deck, or I can use freezing cold. In either case, if I use freezing cold, they can't get close to me because it's an area effect. And if I use lethargy, it's going to do a huge area, and it'll take about 5 minutes before we can go into that area.
All right, well,
I don't think either one is going to be. I mean, if you use lethargy, That's 5 minutes that we've got to wait in order
No, I can
to,
cut it at any time I want. Once they fall down, I can turn it off.
and that won't be affecting us.
It's where I target it. So as long as you don't go into the target area.
Very well. Then I think that would be the best to proceed with then.
Anyone else?
When it's time to leave, I can slow them down with I have something that will it hurts them to follow us.
Very well.
Are we don't have any instructions about whether or not we leave people as witnesses, do we?
I would think that the less the best.
Okay.
Keep in mind, you guys are outlaws, and by this point, you have bandanas that you bring up across your face, just like old school outlaws.
No, but it won't match my outfit.
Okay. I don't mind either way.
Do I have a silk handkerchief?
Let's just get this done so that we can get back off. So do your thing, please.
Okay. So once we get up, Todd, you going to cover the back then?
Yeah,
Okay. I'll do lethargy to the front, where the steering cabin would be. That area, Jerome.
Okay.
So, and that should take care of that aspect of it for now. That way we can go below decks without having to worry about a lot of it. It'll also be a little bit disconcerting because people will start to fall over.
Second.
Mm-hmm. I know I'm going to have to make a roll for it, so that's fine.
Get that. All right.
there are 4 large rowboats up here, so we're good.
So you are targeting the back end of the ship where the helm is at?
Yes.
You're going to put whoever is driving the vessel asleep.
Well, they don't have to fall asleep, but it might happen.
But
Okay,
we're gonna.
I just want to make sure for clarity's sake, so we can do that. You are attempting to do which level of Way of the Wind?
3, breeze of lethargy. It's 200-foot, 60-meter radius. It's a stamina versus survival roll, difficulty 8.
Okay.
And that's for 10 minutes.
So for Koldunic sorcery, you are spending a blood point, so make sure you mark off 1.
Okay.
In order to cast it, you are doing your attribute plus occult. So for Way of not water, wind, it is perception. So you're going to do perception and occult.
Okay.
And it is difficulty 6.
And I have 8 for the roll, so /MM.
Remember to put something down if you have more than 4, so it gives you that makes your 10s explode.
I have 3 successes, one of which is a 10.
1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Still a little bit of luck. All right. So let's see what starts happening here. So stamina and survival. Okay. So everybody around the helm of the vessel, you can start to see like they start falling over. And anybody who was posted guarding near that. So you've got like whoever was in the cabin plus 2 other people just start falling over.
Yeah, that should work as a distraction. And I would head towards wherever the passageway down would be.
Okay, well, you've got, if you're looking at the map, you've got 2 different sets of stairwells that you can go.
Mm-hmm.
You actually came up on, if you're looking at the map, you actually came up on the top side of the map there, which would be, if you're looking at it perpendicular, would actually be the east side.
Okay.
So we're near the helm.
No, you're near the front. You're near the foredeck.
Yeah, I cast it to the back of the ship.
Okay, okay. So we're near the foredeck, and we're on the east side. Okay.
Okay. And those little square boxes, those are the stairwells right there by the lifeboats?
It looks like it, yes, because it's got the arrows going down.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So head towards down there. I'm sure we can add a little more confusion to it, and we might accidentally find something useful.
And then we have a copy of the map too, right? Of the ship.
What's that?
Do we have a copy of the map of the ship as well?
You have an understanding of it. Yes, you can't actually unfold it at this point in time, unless you guys want to stop and unfold and examine the map.
No. I would predict that this is something that Montague and Theodore would have done to study this map and memorized it, just because as scholars we would have known, like, studied maps. So,
Yeah, I think all of us would have before going in.
But
Sure, but that doesn't. Nobody here has eidetic memory.
Right.
I'm just letting you know, nobody here can say I quote unquote have it memorized.
Yep.
You don't. This wasn't that. This was quickly put together.
Okay.
I would send a message to our bandit gambler friend by whisper, and all would be simple as we've started.
Okay, 1 second.
Stephen, what's your character's name again?
Montague?
Montague. Okay.
Okay, so Stephen, spend another blood point.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to roll your perception and occult difficulty 4.
It's the same 8 again. Six successes, 110.
Wow.
Okay.
You should have seen the other time when I was in Vampire playing. That was a disaster.
Okay, so those of you who are on board the deck at this point, you see Montague gesture with his hands and say something in an arcane language, and then he starts whispering quietly to himself. And as you are in front of this door, and Reverend at this point, you've got their attention, but they're waiting to find out, like, what your big reveal is, or what it is that you're trying to tell them. Colton, you end up hearing a whisper in your ear that it's what Steven said. It's beginning.
Okay.
Evelyn's gonna look at the Reverend and go, like, basically like, praise Jesus, like, break out into a sort of deal.
So the Reverend's going to be like, my brothers, my sister, if we could just pray, if you could come closer to me, boys, let us all come together here. And so he's trying to, like, get the two guys to kind of just move a little bit away from the door to, like, kind of do a whole shoulder hug pray type of thing.
And Evelyn will slip behind them and just like, oh, you have to listen to him. He is amazing.
Okay.
And sort of gently, like, push them forward towards him.
Okay, so you have a benefit at this point, obviously, because you've got them under the sway of awe.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll your charisma and expression, and including what you've got in there. We're treating it kind of like enchanting voice, so it's difficulty 4.
Oh my God.
8 successes.
Okay.
Nice.
That's amazing.
All right.
The power of God compels them.
So they step forward, to do this, to start, having this prayer, and one of them throws an arm around Colton and brings him in, and he's just like, praise Jesus, praise his
Right.
name.
Right. I will begin to do that, and I'll kind of look at them and be like, in
While they're
fact,
doing that, I'm slipping in the door.
Okay. Evelyn, go ahead and roll your dexterity and stealth.
Hmm. And shadow play it does give me a bonus on that, right?
It did in LARP.
Says it in the game
Let
or
me-
in the
Let me take a look
sheet
again.
as she's taking off, I'm gonna be like,
for
right.
shadow play.
I'll be like, right, Jesus.
pull
In
back up.
fact, some would say it's already begun. I'm gonna start pouring wine and like handing. Be like, yeah, this is his
Oh,
blood.
I went too
And
far.
give a cup of wine to each of the guards.
Obfuscate. Sorry,
Okay,
I'm pulling it
so-
back up here too because I'm pretty sure with shadow play, it says adds the stealth system.
Only if you cloak yourself in it, which you did
Oh,
not.
that's
You
true. I
attempt-
did not. I
You tried to
created
use it as like
a
a
distraction.
distraction. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. All right. So, I'm sorry. Dexterity and stealth.
Yep.
Okay. Difficulty 6.
Difficulty 6.
Okay. Dexterity. Where's my Discord? What's my dex? Okay.
I'm gonna get these dudes drunk.
6.
Get them drunk on the good word, my brothers.
There,
Pour
yes,
some-
yes.
By the way, my 10s explode. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 5.
Wow. All right, so you sneak past them, even though you say something to them. They don't really seem to make.
I was pushing them towards them.
They
Yeah.
don't seem to pay much attention to you. They're more interested, obviously, in whatever the heck the Reverend is going to start telling them about, and Colton with the passing of wine.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned that like he grabbed me and brought me into this. Is
Oh,
there
yeah.
any way I can kind of? All right, so I'm in it. I can't slip away too.
You can certainly try, but he's got his arm around you.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get this guy drunk.
Okay, so you're starting to pass out wine then. What are what's the boarding party attempting to do?
All right, so we're looking at the map by the first class cabins is where we came down, correct?
That is correct.
Okay, so I'm going to say to Montague, I'm like, to hide our, to damage our pursuers, I need to be above without. It's a wind that I summon, so it's not going to do jack inside here. Just to be clear about my ability on that. But if I remember right, we need to go to that end over there to get down to the next level. Where are they?
I would look around, Jerome. Do we have pools of water on deck?
No, you mean
Okay.
above, on the deck, or you mean below deck?
No, on the deck.
No real pools of water. It basically it'll slip right off.
Yeah, that's what I was checking at. So if I had to do something, I would have to spill some water on the deck, and it'd have to be probably a relatively large amount.
Or find a spot that's a little bit more self-contained.
Yeah.
'Cause if you put water on the deck, it's designed to beat off.
Okay.
So let's go that direction to go down. Do you have any idea where they're at?
No. We're just here for distraction. So I've taken, the deck house out, and if we want to do something else right now, we cause a distraction a little bit more.
Well, we look like bandits. We could go rob the dining car or the dining area. Like the common lounge is that way at the end. We could go into the common lounge or.
Yeah, so someone there will be a hero. First class is less likely to be a hero.
All right, so that's down below and then go to the first class.
Once we have the dining and we have the galley, and
The galley is just the kitchen.
That would be good. I could use a visit to the galley, actually.
So let's go down and then go through the galley to get into the dining area. I could use the galley as well.
Okay,
Get some.
that's fine.
Carry a
Well,
big.
while you guys are doing your thing in the galley, I will stand at the door and keep an eye out.
Okay.
Well, there's sure to be some cooks in there, so
So what else would you want me to do? Because I am not a wizard like you guys are.
I think we should stay together. I mean, once we go into the galley, we should like just be threatening.
But how are you going to keep the people in the dining not to come into the galley when we start a commotion?
I wouldn't worry a whole lot about it. And pardon me, but I need to change form now. I'm about to solve that issue of how to move the people along. I'm going to turn into a bear, which should cause sufficiently large amount of panic to move the populace along. And I take out my my little box that I keep the mask in and put the mask on and say, "Sorry, folks, time to be a bear,"
Okay,
and
he
become a
puts a
bear.
mask on. You don't say sorry, folks, or anything. It's at that point. It's
That's me saying sorry, folks.
I assume we knew about this ability at this point. This wasn't a surprise.
I don't know how you would know about it. I have not used it before.
Huh?
It's going to come as a surprise.
Okay, well, we've been together for a year. I thought maybe you would have told us something like that. So
Well, okay, a year. You probably would have seen me use it at some point, even if it was just out in the wilderness. Yeah, I thought it was only. I thought it was less than that, but that's fine.
no.
Holy Mother of God, he's going at it again.
Okay, so he puts on a mask, and there's a loose bear on the ship somehow. Okay, so Evelyn, you managed to slip past the two guards that are being detained by the Holy Rollers, and on your way down, you wind up in the stairs lead down to Cargo 1D. As you can tell by the map, it's one way in, one way out.
So cargo 1D. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So based on this, so this is 1D. I know it's going to be in 1A, I believe he said. Am I in the right area for that to lead it? I know this is D, but is there like a pathway or section that would tell me if I'm going the right direction?
All you have to do is go the opposite direction from where you're at.
Okay, then I shall do that.
It's literally like you have no other choice. It's either you go one way or you go the other.
Okay. So then I'm going to, yeah, so I will make my way. I'm going to be listening out. I'm going to try to be stealthy enough,
Sure.
keep to the shadows.
So go ahead and make another dexterity and stealth check.
Okay.
Difficulty 6.
3.
3, okay. So you are keeping to down here. The benefit is that it's not very well lit, mostly because they don't want a lamp to break. You know, if water gets choppy for whatever reason, and then damage
things
cargo.
go up in flame. Yeah.
Right. The downside to that is it's moving light, which means at one point you may be fully in the light, and the next point not quite as exposed. So
yeah, I've got to be a bit dexterous to keep
So it's kind of evening itself out right now. You're making your way around crates and other cargo that they've got stowed away down here, doing your best to stay out of view. As you walk through the main room that's down here, right after Cargo 1D, you are entering the boiler room. And so there are all kinds of, staff obviously down here, seamen, making sure that the boiler is maintaining the correct temperature, monitoring it at their stations. So it is slow going for you. You are kind of, you were doing the video game thing. Like as soon as somebody turns their back, it's, okay, that's my, make a little bit way and then kind of move with him as he turns, sort of thing. So
that's okay. I mean, that's all I can do. That's fine. But
And then Dale and George, you guys end up hearing a scream coming from above, and then roar. You don't have any performance, do you, Montague?
Is there a unicycle
I don't
nearby?
think he knows what a social skill is, Jerome.
That's fine. So then it's kind of a dull, threatening sound, almost as if like the bear is angry but bored.
Okay.
I have expression.
Yeah, that's not what we're looking for here.
Yeah.
You're
Okay.
trying to pretend to be a bear.
So then the Reverend's be like, did you hear that?
And they're like looking around, and there's like, what the heck was that?
Shouldn't you go check?
So they go running off to go check at this point to go see what the heck was. Hey, because there's a commotion on the floor above you guys at this point.
Yeah, we're gonna go back to our rooms and then start heading down.
Okay.
Are we
Yeah.
armed? I'm assuming we have our weapons.
Like
No,
pistol.
no, you do not.
Don't know.
Chica, what? We did this without getting weapons? I don't even have a knife.
That is correct.
That's right.
Oh,
We don't need weapons.
I mean, we could probably use some weapons.
We could use. Anyway,
You have weapons. Your mind ability.
If I had known, I would have gone. I would have gone up to my cabinet, grabbed at least a knife. You know what? I'm gonna head back to the kitchen and grab a. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the kitchen area real quick and just grab like some sharp cutlery.
Ooh, further splitting the party. Okay, I like that.
Yeah, it's just because
I need
it's
to be
right
right
there.
back.
No,
Just gonna grab.
that we're good.
Yeah.
the
So I
Reverend's
grab-
gonna stay in this spot. He's not gonna like go in either direction. So he's gonna like hang out at the stairway, just to intercept anybody else that might try to go down or something.
Okay, sure.
I'm gonna bring a knife for the preacher man too.
So Theodore, Adelaide, I know what Montague is doing. Adelaide and Theodore, what are you doing?
We're, you know what? There's a bear!
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my gosh!
You're just gonna scream about, just add to the vocal chaos.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah,
gonna add
sure,
to the
okay.
pandemonium because I don't. Yeah, she'll start screaming and
Okay.
trying to rush people around.
Get out of the way! It's a bear!
I'm going to see how many people I can make jump overboard.
Well, I mean, at this point, you've got people that have paid for passage that are throwing themselves into some place where they can shut the door, because there's no way a bear could get past that. The steel door. And as you come barreling down, because you came down first class, you came down towards the engine area. Two guys come up from around the back with guns drawn. Freak out, of course, as they see a bear, and they open fire.
I actually have the stats that we talked about pulled up. So,
Okay.
do you want me to send them to you again?
No.
Okay.
So they're shooting our direction. I'm like, are you insane? So,
It's not like the bear's going to pay a whole lot of attention. His wound levels are about twice what Montague's levels are.
Okay. So, are you attempting to dodge, or what are you going to do?
Oh no, I'm going to charge him.
Okay. So, all they need is one success then. That was hard.
I'm definitely dodging out of the way.
You're nowhere near him at this point.
Oh, okay, good. I don't know how accurate they are in their fire.
Okay,
So
so that is one. So one. And then bang from the other guy. Ow. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you have any fortitude?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Would you like to roll it?
Yes. So just the fortitude, which would be the one dot.
Yes.
Correct. Okay.
So go ahead. Just roll it the one time. I'll just make it count for both damage tests.
Nine.
Okay, so that's one success. Okay, so Okay, so that is so 2 points of lethal damage from the first shot.
Okay.
And that's including the one that I already took off, so it was 3 points total.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 4 points minus 1, so 3 more lethal from the second gunshot.
Okay. That would put him at -1.
So you are charging, and you wanted to attack, so go ahead. You can maul one of them if you'd like.
Yep. The claw is 7 dice, and the bite's 5, and they're all lethal. So
you need to strike first, so that's going to be
Yep.
dexterity and brawl.
Yep. Dexterity is 3, brawl is 2, so it's 5. Slash. What's the target number?
It's 6.
Okay.
This is treated like a simultaneous attack. You just really need 1 success.
And I have potence, which I have to add, so it's 6.
And you won't add potence to strike.
Oh, I'm sorry. I need to redo that then. I did. Okay.
Potence will add to damage.
Come on, Steve. What did I get wrong? Oh, I forgot to do D10. My bad.
No, you don't do D10 on that. Remember, if you don't remember, it's always pinned in the chat. So if you have to have that pulled up separately in another window or something, you can do that too.
Hang on a second. There we go. 5. 5. 3 successes.
Okay. So all you needed was 1 to hit. So go ahead and roll damage. That is going to be your strength, plus anything you have for potence, and then, of course, anything it adds for claw.
Mm-hmm.
So claw is probably adding the 2, which is why it's saying 7.
Yep.
So strength plus 2, plus 1 more for your potence, or however many points you have in potence.
Mm-hmm. So that's going to be 10. Right, Steve? D10.
So what is your strength in bear form?
Strength in bear form is 5.
Okay, so plus 2 for your claws. So that's
7.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
and your potence is 1. That would be 8.
Okay. I didn't add my strength. I made a mistake. Okay. That would be 8. My bad. Well, the 10s and the 1s cancel each other out, so 1 success.
Okay, keep in mind that's the wrong dice roller. We'll go ahead and roll with that, but if you can in another window, please pull up the dice syntax so you have that available to you, so you know what that looks like. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 potential damage, 2 swiped out. Owie. So that hit, that hurt. Humans cannot absorb lethal damage, and that's what bear claws do. Okay, so there is a fight. There are people screaming all over the vessel now that there is a bear rampaging here. Colton, you come walking back up into the dining area, and somebody yells at you to get behind one of these doors and close it.
In the dining area?
Yes.
How big is, like, how much space is there between, like, all of these rooms? Because, like, is this like looking at the map? Like, I figured the dining area, like, where we were was, like, only, like, a couple of feet.
No. It's a full floor down where you guys were at.
Wait, we were at first class dining, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And isn't that where it was the stairwell? Am I not reading the map correctly?
So what is the question then?
So like, I wouldn't have gone that far because I thought that the area we were causing a ruckus in was at the galley on the 3rd level.
No.
Oh, so wait, where are we? I thought you said we were in first class dining.
You are.
You were, but
We are,
guys
but
left.
the fight is happening above us.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, because I was going to go to
Since
first
you-
class.
sin- right, since you were attempting to go back to first class dining to get silverware, they're telling you to get in and shut the door.
Oh, I'm gonna ignore that. I'm gonna run and be like, "You think a door's gonna stop a bear?" And I'm gonna
Yes.
rush out.
It's a steel door.
I'll take my chances, and I'm gonna run out.
Okay. Well, you are registered as a guest. They've seen you. They're not going to say anything except probably a prayer because you're just taking a knife to a bear fight.
Yeah, the Lord works in mysterious
A
ways. I'm gonna
steak
slide
knife,
out
no
the door.
less. Okay, so Rachel, you are still attempting to make your way.
Dinner is served.
Yes. Making your way through the boiler room as best as you can. Won't make you make another roll for that. Adelaide and Theodore, outside of the screaming, are you doing anything else?
So the bear the bear just dropped, right?
No, the bear did not drop. The bear
Oh.
dropped one of the people he was fighting.
Mhm.
He injured one of the guys he was fighting.
Okay, I thought the bear got injured too. I'm sorry.
The bear did get injured, yes.
Okay.
I never said the bear dropped.
Oh, I missed it. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. So I want to keep running towards our plan. Run towards the galley.
So you're in the first class cabins. You're going to run towards the. So you're going to run. You have to run the opposite side of where where Mr. Bear went. You're going to have to get to the stairs and go down the next floor to the galley near or just in front of first class dining. Is that what you're attempting to do?
So are we? I'm looking at the map. So we're on the like the
You and
south.
Adelaide are at first class cabins.
Okay, so we're gonna go. I want to go straight in whatever side the bear went. I want to go the other direction.
Okay, which you can. And I'm just clarifying, are you going down to the next floor to the galley?
Yes.
Okay. Adelaide,
I-
you were staying put.
Yeah, if he didn't say anything to her, then yeah, she'd be staying put, just
Sure. Okay, so Adelaide, you
causing
were-
as much as havoc as she can.
Okay, so you're staying put in first class cabins. And Theodore, you are racing your way on the opposite side of the engine room from where where Montague went to rampage as a hapless bear. And you are making your way to the stairwell at this point.
And I take my mask off. I mean, I'm already one guy. So I'm just running. So my handkerchief that was on my face, I just take it down so
Sure.
to blend in more. If I encounter anybody as I'm running down the stairs, I'm like, "There's a bear up there! There's a bear!" So I'm just gonna be running.
Okay. So Adelaide stay in place. Montague will get you in a second. Reverend?
All right. Has anyone moved through the stairway where I'm at, or
There's a lot
has
of
it been-
commotion, but nobody's come through there as of yet. You do see you do see some people attempting to secure the lower decks right now, because they know apparently there's a bear above, so they were trying to get like other places secured so the bear couldn't get into it, making sure
Okay.
doors are closed and whatnot. So there are
let's-
people actively running around down here, but they're not interacting with you.
Okay. So then what I'm then going to do is go ahead and go downstairs and see if I can make my way into the boiler room right there. And whoever I see down there, I'm going to be like, Gents, there's a creature up above. The guards, they need your help. They need your help.
Okay, so you just like come down around as you try to go to the boiler room. You can see some people coming up from the crew quarters at this point, and they like barrel right past you.
Okay.
So obviously your intention is to alert people in the boiler room. That failed because you ran into people, but half an inch of one, or half a dozen of another sort of thing.
All right.
So stuff is still happening.
Okay.
And Colton, you have got your knife, your steak knife at this point. Where are you going?
Well, if now I'm gonna head back. I'm gonna head to where the preacher was, but if he's not there, I'm gonna start heading down.
He's there. You can see him getting bowled over in the stairwell. There's like 3 people that come barreling past and press him up against the side, sort of thing.
Yeah, I'll be like, I hear there's a bear upstairs. I hear they're delicious. So
Delicious.
some places
I
eat
mean-
bear.
You know,
I mean, he's holding a knife, so now he just needs a fork, and then he's
So,
got it.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
so at this point, one of them yells at you again that you need to, you need to get into like steerage cabin or the first class dining or something and lock yourselves in. And they, go running past like two guys who've got, actually all of them have pistols at this point. One of the guys is carrying like a big like fishing spear sort of thing.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm gonna, as they go past us, just kind of look to the preacher and just be like, "Oh, we should have brought our guns," and just start walking downstairs. Do we have guns? Were we allowed to bring them on the boat or no?
They have to stay in your cabin.
Okay. But yeah, we should probably. Oh, sorry, wrong voice. Yeah, let's get this over with while they're fighting a bear.
Right, trying to make my way.
All right, so you two are delayed at the stairwell. Rachel is slowly making her way.
making my way.
Fair fight. So it's not a full. I'm not going to go full-fledged combat because it's either you or them. So neither one of them have fallen. One of them, of course, is cut up from the claw attack. They fire on you again, bam, with their revolvers. Are you?
The bear is going to panic, in quotes, and charge back the way he came, and go back up the stairs. And eventually, he's going to reach the deck, and he's going to go plunging off the deck, having fulfilled his mission.
Okay,
Oh, boy.
so that will give you a dodge check.
Mhm.
You can attempt to dodge the 2 rounds. You will be down a die for the second action.
Mhm.
Sue, one sec. You're going to want to roll your dexterity and athletics.
Dexterity and athletics.
And everyone's got a
Just
bear chart.
2, and Dex is 3, so that's 5. Okay.
Okay, that's not the right roller. So hold on a second. Let me solve that here real quick.
Steven, it's /MM.
Oh, I thought I was just doing simple.
No, it's always going to be /MM for White Wolf related
Okay.
games.
It was D6. Dodge.
Yes, difficulty 6. Yes.
There you go. Wow.
Well, you got successes there. So, what is your dexterity as a bear?
Dexterity as a bear is 2.
Okay,
Stamina is 5.
so 2 plus 5 is how many dice?
7.
And you rolled 5.
Do you still have your reroll, or did you try to use it?
No, it's fine. I'll take it. It's fine.
Okay, all right. So that is the bam. So first one, second one. Roll again. You need to roll 6 dice this time.
Ooh,
Ooh.
nice.
Way better. Okay, so
Yeah.
second one hit. That makes sense. Given the fact that it's a big old bear, there's not a whole lot of space for him to move, except in one direction. Okay, go ahead and roll your fortitude.
Okay, fortitude. That's going to be the R, correct? Because it's just one roll? One
No,
die?
it's always going to be /MM, and then whatever you got.
So just one. And difficulty is?
Always difficulty 6 when you're rolling stamina. There we go. So you got 1 soak for that one. So boom. So take that out. Take that out. So 3 damage from the first shot. And push that out of the way. And 2 damage from the second one. So -1 for that. So 1 more for the second attack.
Okay. I'm glad I was fleeing.
Oh, and what is your what's your health at right now?
My health is just short of incap.
Wow, for a bear?
Yep.
Give me a stamina check. Because you have burned through excess blood at this point too.
Okay, stamina
would
for the
say
bear. Stamina for the bear is 5.
So as they would say in Scream, I'm feeling kind of woozy over here.
5 and still a 6 for the difficulty.
It's always a 6 for difficulty for soaking.
What is it with the ones? Same type of rules.
Okay, well, I mean, you're still up. That's what's important.
Yeah.
So now that you're leaking some of your sustenance as you're on your way, things are getting bad fast. Okay, so you guys, of course, hear more gunfire and yelling. Of course, you know the bear is something effective like the bear is on the run. It went over the mountain. Anyways, and so Todd, you have just hit the stairs, running back down to the galley at this point. The galley doors have been shut, which bars you access.
I'm gonna bang on the doors. Somebody let me in. There's a bear out here. Look, let me in.
Okay. Go ahead and roll charisma and subterfuge.
Charisma, subterfuge. That is not my character sheet.
Difficulty 6.
There it is. Subterfuge. Where is that at? There it is. Difficulty 6. Okay. I fail.
Okay, so you so you holler, you know, let me in, and you can see somebody's face appear on the other side, and they're like, I
can't get to my room.
Tough cookies.
Son of a...
Adelaide, as you were standing there, you can see the bear running straight at you.
Just gonna wait a few moments and then do the ones who were shooting at him, do they run past her too?
I just need to know what you're doing at the fact that the bear is running towards you and at you. You know who he is.
Right. So she's gonna scream and move out of the way. She's gonna act like she's one of the passengers, so she's not gonna have her face covered anymore. She's actually going to try to run ahead of the bear.
Okay. So you try to run ahead of the bear, but the bear obviously is trying to go topside. So bypasses you when he gets the stairs, you know, and Montague trying to get, you know, the heck upstairs. Okay, Rachel, give me another dexterity and stealth check. Difficulty 5.
Okay.
There is commotion.
Yep. Dexterity and stealth. Yep. 6. Sorry, I gotta get back to the Discord here. There we go. Yep. Okay, I didn't do that right. Sorry, hold on. I hate this. Sorry. I can't seem to do the specialty. Every time I try to do it, it doesn't work. So
You got to
And
make
you
sure
said
there's
to
a
do a
space
space and then
after the
the
6.
specialty. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You can put anything there. You don't have to put
Yeah, you can
specialty.
just
You
can
say
put.
blah.
Mm-hmm.
So none.
Ooh, yep.
Well, it wasn't a
Well, no,
botch.
technically, we have a 10 of spades showing right now. So you have 1 success with bad
Okay.
luck.
Oh shit! All right, never mind.
So as you, so Evelyn, as you are walking along and sneaking past the people in the people that are down here in the boiler room, you walk past them. You get past the boiler room, and then they shut the door and lock it.
Oh.
So you're at least past the boiler, and you're in the next section of cargo, but they lock it.
So you're in 1C. So
Okay.
And
you know what?
Reverend
okay.
and Colton, you guys managed to get down to the next level just as you hear the doors shut into the boiler room.
Oh.
Oh, for the love of Pete.
Can't hear you, Dale.
Okay.
You're muted, Dale.
You're muted.
Sorry about that. So then, did that just stop us in cargo 1D, or are we also in the boiler room?
No, you're in cargo 1D.
Okay.
Kind of
For
doing
the
a
love-
Travolta thing, like.
can they hear me yelling upstairs?
Faintly.
Okay.
But I mean,
so,
your voice is kind of getting intermixed with all the other screams.
Everybody else yelling, I'm sure. Yeah,
There's a lot of yelling, either people trying to command others to go someplace, or obviously people trying to hunt the bear. It's pandemonium. Go ahead, Evelyn.
okay. So knowing that, I'm not sure if they're following me or not, because I honestly, as far as I know, I didn't notice them coming behind me. Unless
Oh, yeah,
you
no.
would let me. Okay. So
That's the benefit of you being sneaky. They didn't see you.
they saw them.
But well, no, they didn't necessarily see them either. They were locking everything down. So
Okay. All right. So that's fine. Colton said that he can pick locks, so we'll see if that's true.
Is this a door with
I'm
a
gonna
pickable
keep
lock?
going.
He's
And
very
even knowing that, I'm just gonna keep going.
okay, so you keep going. The good news, I mean, outside of the fact that, the bad news obviously is you're locked into this section of the boat. The good news, there's anybody else down here. So
Exactly.
you can kind of bolt your way to the front of the boat.
And I will
And
rush
just as an
as fast as I
FYI,
can.
out of character, Jason is actually in the chat. He's the individual that we were just talking about earlier that found me on Facebook. So
Hey.
my literal brother from another mother.
Greeting.
Nice.
Greetings, Jason.
So, Evelyn, you are bolting at this point to the
So no
other
pressure.
end of the ship. Reverend and Colton.
Okay, so this door, does it seem like it could only really be opened from the boiler room side, or is there anything on the outside where we could grab it and try to open it ourselves?
I mean, you certainly can, but there is a locking mechanism to it.
Okay.
So just like with any naval vessel of this era, they've got the wheel that'll spin on either side, to try and get it open, but they can lock it from the inside.
Okay.
If you have the ability to brute force it, you sure can.
This is when we need the bear.
So
the bear is running
Reverend
for the mountain. The bear is running for the mountain.
Yeah.
So
in the ocean. The Reverend is going to go up to the door and like pound on it a few times. Go, fellas. It was a prank. It was a prank this entire time. There's no bear. I can't believe it. It was an entire stage. Can you believe it? You should come out here and see. Everyone's laughing.
Go ahead and roll your manipulation and subterfuge.
Ooh.
Okay. Man of God.
That's
indeed.
a hard sell. Oh my God.
Not exactly his strong suit. I'm going to burn a will for an auto success. Okay.
Oh, and Rachel, you redeemed some points. Who is that roll going to?
This is they only let you redeem so many points per, I guess, session. So I'm just basically catching up. I'm keeping a tally of. I need 8 total. I'm on number 6, so I'm just redeeming the points to.
Oh, so everybody gets a roll?
This was from the first game. Sorry,
Okay.
I'm just
Oh,
playing catch
gotcha.
up from the first game. That's all. It
Oh,
wouldn't let me
wow.
redeem all of it at once. It capped me. So
Yeah,
I'm just
Dale
playing catch up
sucks
now.
at lying.
Um,
No joke.
You're a
But-
preacher.
You got 2
yeah.
successes.
So
Yeah, I know.
You're gonna-
Out of 3.
I know.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
You did really well.
You're going to have to do some double repentance.
He's basically at this door like, I'm a man of God. It was just a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
So
put this
I have
on,
one more
Sandy.
reroll to spend, and then I will buy people more.
Okay. So you're pounding on it, and they're kind of like looking out there, and they're just like, "What? Go back to your rooms. Nobody's allowed down here."
Oh, I'm so sorry. I wanted to come and let all of you know that everything's fine. Everyone else, even the guards, got scared. Could you believe it? Oh, since I have you fellows, would you care to come together for a prayer, just to make sure that we're all fine?
There's like, go away. You're not supposed to be down here. And he's like dripping sweat because the boiler room is really hot and steamy down in this area.
Yeah.
Colton, you gonna add anything?
I at this point I'm kind of,
With your steak knife?
I mean, apparently I didn't bring a gun with me, but I'm just kind of like all right, that door's closed. Either if we breach it, like we don't have anything to fight any of the people that are in there.
Yeah,
So
you never
it's-
bring a knife to a bear fight.
I mean, I didn't bring anything to a fight. So, is there like a port, like a window through this door?
Yeah, all of them have that.
Okay. All right.
That's how you're able to see the guy yelling at you, go away.
Okay. I'm gonna try using dominate on this guy. I'm gonna kind of step up and just be like, open, like just kind of shout open to see if
Sure,
I can get him to open the door.
Go ahead and roll your dice. Your dice pool.
So manipulation and intimidation.
Mhm.
Right. Difficulty 6.
Yes. And fail.
Did I? It's 2
No.
successes.
Keep in mind, when using dominate against somebody who's already fearing for the life, it automatically fails.
Oh.
So you're like, open, and he says, no, go away.
You guys are ignoring the gunshots that are echoing above from the decks above.
Yeah, at this point there was still gunfire and commotion and whatnot. Okay, so back up to Chief Running Bear at this point, bolting up the
Or swimming bear.
bolting up the stairs at this point. Okay, well there is a single guy up on the deck at this point who had been investigating why everybody was asleep when the gunfire started breaking out. So now he spots you. He's going to fire. You get a chance to make a dexterity plus athletics check. Minus, of course, any appropriate minuses for your
That's
your
gonna be-
dice
hang
pool
on a
for
second.
injury.
It's going to be -5, and I'm at total dex and athletics is going to be 5. So,
You'll always get one.
yep. Okay.
As a hint, would you like to spend a willpower point?
I've been debating that for a while, and probably seems like a good place for it.
Yes.
That was a good time.
Good thing, because that was a 3.
For real.
Okay, so your expenditure of a willpower point to give you 1 is helpful. However, with firearms, that makes it so you got 1. So let's take away 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This guy was a lucky dog. Okay, so that round potentially is going to do a lot of damage.
It's okay. I didn't
Uh-oh.
expect to make it off after the first time.
Roll your. Don't even roll your fortitude.
Nope.
Oh.
Wasn't even relevant. And I knew it.
Oh.
So you make your jump. He shoots you. Bullet rips like straight through the brain pan. And as you were flying off, obviously the mask goes flying, and you immediately turn into a person, which freezes him up in place because bears are not supposed to turn into people. Freaking him the heck out as the lifeless body of Montague Summers body flops. It just flops dead into the water, and he's just standing there stunned like. So
I'm
you
so
heard
sorry.
you ended up hearing another gunshot, Adelaide, but beyond that, you're not too sure what else happened. What are you doing at this point?
She would continue
You
going
can see some
up.
more people going upstairs.
Yeah, she would continue going up to the deck.
Okay.
So she would see, of course, Montague hit the deck, and the man stuttering. She would run up
No,
to
Montague
him.
did not hit the deck.
Did he go in the water?
Yes, he did.
Okay, so she see him go. Oh, but was she able to see the transformation as he
Nope.
went over? Okay.
You were downstairs when this all happened.
Yeah,
Okay,
he dove
so-
off the side, and yeah.
So
The guy
she
got a
would
lucky
come.
shot.
She would come up onto the deck. So she would see the guy who shot.
Yeah, he's flanked by like 3 other seamen at this point.
Okay.
2 with guns and 1 with the spear, and they're like looking around, and he's just like he's stunned. He's just like that, like he jumped and I shot, and they're kind of like looking over, and they can see like a body floating. There's like, what the heck? They see a lifeless body, like floating away, and then where are we at? Okay, yeah. That was with a bit of bad luck. So, right at that moment, Adelaide, why don't you give me a dexterity and strength and athletics check. Difficulty 8.
Do I add my potence?
Yes, because it's strength related. Yes, you can.
Okay.
And that actually goes for everybody. Everybody
So
that's
we're
left,
all-
anyways.
We're all rolling something. What was it again?
Strength and athletics, difficulty 8.
Oh, we just hit the, he just
what?
hit the side.
If you have potence, you will add that.
3.
Okay.
Athletics 3, 4, 5.
Got to spend a will for an auto success on that.
Go ahead.
Difficulty 8, correct?
Difficulty 8.
2 successes.
Fail. It's not a botch, but I got to fail.
So
Oh,
one
no,
success.
I did fail. Sorry.
All right.
No,
so-
there's no. Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah, just not a botch. However, there is still the 10 of spades showing, which
Oh, yeah.
adds 1 success,
Okay, then I
Roll
got
two.
4.
but it just adds bad luck.
Yeah.
So, Todd, as you are, as Theodore is pounding on the door, like, let me in, and trying to plead your case, the ship hits something at this point. Throwing you up against the door. You don't fall over completely, but you bash your head for 1 point of bashing damage because you were close. So bam. The rest of you, so Dale, you ended up having 2 with that.
Yeah.
So you got knocked away from where you were at the door, but you didn't fall over. Like you ended up stumbling several feet away
Okay.
from it, but you managed to hold your ground. Colton. as whatever happened, like you were still close and probably getting ready to pick it or something. So whenever the loud noise jerking hit, you just instinctively like grabbed a hold of the side, like a side bar where the door was at, and steadied yourself real quick before anything happened. Evelyn, what did you get?
I wasn't sure if I was rolling.
Oh,
Sorry.
you are rolling.
Okay. So
Strength plus athletics.
okay.
Add
Thank
any
you.
potence if you have it. Difficulty 8.
Which I do. Strength, athletics. Okay. Sorry. I didn't get a chance to ask it. So all right. Hold on.
Jerome, celerity comes into play for a dexterity check, right?
Yes. Anything dexterity related.
Thank you.
So that includes jumping, or I should say, like swinging from something, shooting something, throwing something, jumping onto a saddle, that sort of thing.
2, 3, 2.
It's supposed to be difficulty 8. You put difficulty 6.
2.
So
Still 2 because I got a 10 and 8. So
right. So technically +1 with bad luck. So as you are making your way, you grabbed a hold of some cargo nets on some of the cargo that's there, which steadies you just fine. However, what it does to your detriment is your clinging onto this net undid some of the net, and while you were okay, nothing happened to you specifically. A whole section of cargo collapsed in cargo 1B, barring your way back to cargo 1C.
okay.
Which basically is going to delay things even further once you get into cargo 1A.
Okay. Well, basically, I'm going to use my potence to basically kick shit out of the way.
Well, nothing's barring your way into cargo 1A.
No, I mean back the other way once I get back that section. So
okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to keep going.
Alrighty. So you keep going. Let's go back to Theodore.
I'm gonna run downstairs into the cargo area and just keep yelling about the bear.
Okay, so you run down the next set of stairs from the galley down into cargo. So you end up seeing as you're running down. He's just kind of running down the steps like bear, 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 and you see Reverend Turner and Colton Cassidy standing down there in cargo 1D.
Hi.
Hey,
Professor.
Upstairs.
So do you have it?
No, it's beyond the boiler room, but they have it closed. Currently, Evelyn is over there. We're trying to open it. Do you have a way to open this?
I pull out my knife. I'm like, yeah.
Is the guy still at the door?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Is this a door that I can pick?
No.
No. Okay.
So the reverend is going to go up to the porthole because the guy's face is like right there looking out still of the porthole.
Back
still?
a little ways at this point, but yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you can still see him.
Okay. So I walk up, making sure that he can see my face, because I get up and I go, I am so sorry, my son, but, well, the Lord works in mysterious ways. And I dread gaze him.
Oh, okay.
Let's see.
Go ahead and roll.
It's going to be that plus that. Okay.
Technically, it's only supposed to work against other vampires, but that I think was a V20 update. I don't really care for it.
Okay. Would difficulty be 6 for this guy?
Yeah.
Okay. There. Well, except for the 1 success on the card.
No, I
get a
gotta
new
change
card.
that. Hold on 1 second. Yeah. Ooh. Can't use that. Oh, still another success. Partial bad luck.
Hold on though. Can I do a redraw on Deck of Fate? Is that what this is?
Yes, it is.
Could I redraw it in the hopes that maybe we get a red card that's in
You
our
certainly
favor?
can. So you're attempting to use your special ability?
Yep.
The gambler is tempting the fates. Ooh. No success, but a little bit of luck.
Good luck.
Yeah, we'll take what we can get.
Okay. All right. Then still no successes.
Yeah, still no successes. Okay.
Okay.
That is a bummer.
Okay.
So, you hiss at him, and now he's like, "Now I'm really not opening it. Go away!"
Right. I'm gonna look back at Theodore and be like, "Do you have a weapon?"
I'm holding my glaive out. I'm like,
Glaive.
Clave. Sorry. I'm like,
Yeah, a glaive is a large polearm.
Yeah. Clave.
Yeah.
I mean, this can do a lot of damage.
Okay.
I'm looking at the door. Is this something that I can like? Does it appear that I could try to break the lock mechanism on this?
You've actually never used it against solid steel like this.
I could just try because you said it's got one of those like turn things
Yeah.
on it.
Mhm.
I'm gonna use my potence and I'm just gonna grab onto it and just kind of
Okay, so
try
are you
to.
going to spend a blood point to make it automatic, or are you just going to brute force it with strength and potence?
I'm just gonna try it without spending a blood point
Okay.
because I don't want to.
So go ahead and roll your strength and your potence. Difficulty
And
6.
spend a willpower.
Can
Yeah.
the Reverend help? Because he's standing right there, and once
Yeah,
he fails that, okay.
I was going to ask the same thing. Does the Reverend appear stronger than me? Or
I actually have no idea.
He probably looks about average strength, if not slightly less.
all right, then I'm gonna step up and I'm like, let me help.
Okay.
So then go ahead and roll your strength and potence.
Okay, difficulty 6.
Hey, 4
I got a
successes.
botch.
Oh.
Wow, Dale.
Dale, I'm telling you, this dice roller just does not like you.
I've got one success.
Okay.
Yeah, I got 4.
But nobody spent the point of willpower point.
No, I did. Oh wait, sorry. So then I have 5.
That would be 5. Okay, so
Yeah.
Here's what happens. All three of you grab a hold of this thing, and like you are chanting the you're chanting Dr. Lazarus' chant of strength from Galaxy Quest. You all just heave this thing. It goes probably a little too quick. Reverend, you end up pulling a muscle, something nasty. You end up taking 2 points of damage. It's only
Okay.
bashing, thankfully.
Got it.
But you are hindered right now. So somebody is definitely going to have to help you. One of your back muscles just really torqued as it came through. But your combined might, when you pull this thing, you actually hear the metal grind against the lock. It snaps and it spins free.
Nice.
So when the Reverend, he was going to be like sitting on the ground at this point. He's like, "You two, go on ahead of me."
I open the door, run inside. There's a bear! There's a bear!
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, the people in the boiler room are picking up whatever they can for weapons because you guys just snapped this thing and are trying to invade the heart of the whole ship.
Oh, I'll go for my gun. Oh wait, I didn't bring it.
You've got a steak knife.
Yeah. Just like Glob intended. Let's see. Like before this pops off, is there any way I want to try and I want to try to intimidate these guys. I want to essentially be like we are in first class. The boat just hit something. You should be out there doing something. Kind of try to pull a Karen on them. I want to speak to your manager. Go out there and do something.
You can, but you guys just broke the lock to get in. It's getting aggressive at this point. So if you want to arm yourself and get ready to tussle, that's probably the most you can do.
All right, I'll have my knife. Then.
So I'll get you guys in a second. Adelaide. So when that happened and the boat shook and whatnot, it clearly hit something because now the people are running. They're running as fast as they can towards the bridge. To figure out, because it's like now they can see that there are people that, like, they can't see the captain or whoever was guiding it. So they're running over that direction to go find out what's happening. They're going to try and back the ship up if they can and keep it from running up further aground. Check for damage. So it kind of helped you in a sense. Like the people who are nearby shook it off or picked themselves back up and they're running to go find out what happened.
Okay. I have a question, and I guess we should have clarified it at the very beginning. Since we were boarding, that means we came on with our weapons.
Yes, you did.
Okay. Kind of getting the gist that they no longer have Montague. She is going to turn around while they are running to see whatever. They're distracted now. She's going to turn around and start making her way down. She is going to continue as far as she can towards the cargo area. So I know it'll take me a little while, but that's the direction she's going to go.
Okay, so to speed this up, we're going to get a little cinematic here. So the Reverend, Colton, and Theodore at this point, you guys get into a tussle with the 4 remaining crew members down here who have been maintaining the engines. It's not much of a fight. You take another point of you take a point of lethal damage because they ended up clocking you with some wrenches and tools and whatnot. But otherwise, you've managed to dispatch all 4 of them without much of a problem. Between your disciplines and some of your supernatural resiliency, it wasn't much of a fight. Evelyn, at this point, like, you can hear the ruckus coming from the front side of the ship, and then more ruckus, and then just more ruckus, as finally Evelyn, with her potence, rips the other door off.
Yeah, literally, that's what I'm doing at this point.
And she's got kind of a small wooden crate that, of course, is lined with some mesh and whatnot and stuffing. And that is what the book is in.
Okay.
So by this time, you guys are coming out. You end up getting caught in a firefight at this point, coming up to get out of the way, assuming you guys took a moment to get back down to your cabins to grab the last of your gear. Those of you who were actually passengers.
Right.
And on your way, we're going to check real quick as you guys are making your... Well, actually, here's the thing. You guys hit a sandbar because the ship was just kind of veering off.
Ooh, you're breaking up a little bit.
You have no boats or I should say, you have no boat beside the ship to jump into.
Ooh, Jerome, you're sounding like a robot. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't think that's just me, right?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's frozen now.
I hear it too.
Okay. So
We're all going to drop off. He's going to have to reboot.
Oh, is he back?
Kind of.
He just messaged the group. He says 1 sec.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you back, Jerome?
Yeah, no.
No, he just said 1 sec.
He's still a bit choppy and stuff, so. No. Nope, still a robot.
Not as far as I can tell. Looks like it's still going. Nope. Something is wrong with my internet connection.
Still a robot.
Jerome's not real.
Glitch in the Matrix.
He's been a replicant this whole time.
Yes.
Yeah. By the way, Drum, if anybody is like gets in my way as far as like it tries to block my path or anything, I'm doing one of those football things where I have the crate under my arm and my hand is outstretched, and I'm gonna be using like withering or whatever Thanatos' discipline I have to just get him out of my way. You know what I mean? If you can hear all that. Yes, I had Thanatos.
I think we're still in a holding pattern.
Just 1 sec again.
Yep.
I don't know
We
why.
should just start. We should just start saying stuff and say that that it's canon. Like, did you guys know that Veridot invented Craigslist?
That's why it's so evil.
And football.
Yeah.
You seem to be doing okay now. Seems like there's a couple people missing though. I'm gonna refresh on my end.
Can everybody see and hear me?
Hey, welcome back.
Hey, you're back.
Okay, just checking, making sure the. Nope. It's doing it again.
Are you okay?
For those who are watching, if we're actually still out broadcasting, we apologize for the technical difficulties.
Yeah. Please wait.
Yeah. Well, we should put a little still of all of our characters bungling this thing with next to a power cable.
Hey, I didn't bungle anything.
I mean, this has been like the weirdest heist.
It really has. Yeah. Food for thought.
Food for thought, indeed. I mean, I'm sure Skeeter that I'm working with at some point is going to say to me, "My dad can do something better than that."
Mm-hmm.
Like,
why haven't they already? I'm just saying.
So, just to check, make sure we're back broadcasting. You can hear and see me just fine.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, good.
Yep. Oh, good.
I
We're
just
back.
went ahead and rebooted. I don't know what the deal was there. So
that's weird.
I'm just for safety precautions. I'm not going to have the other camera out on the cards.
Okay.
So
That's cool.
I'll just tell you, when it's drawn and what it is.
So we last left off where I was basically holding the crate that had the book in it, and I was basically ripping the door off hinges and stuff. And I feel like a linebacker, basically just doing that number. And anybody that gets in my way, I'm using potence to just shove them out.
And withering touch.
And withering touch to just, you know what? If potence wasn't good enough, I'm gonna wither your face away.
So and Jason's hopping off because he's going to go do stuff with his family. So thanks for tuning in. We've got another game tomorrow. It starts at 6 p.m. It's a little bit early if you want to watch that. Anyway,
Bye, brother.
Where we left off. So you guys are getting caught up in a gunfight at this point as you're making your way off. And the options that I was going to explain is that you don't have a boat to return to. So what I was trying to explain when Steven was here, because he was talking about crashing it, he inadvertently did, is that you can attempt to get away by cutting free their, like getting in to one of their lifeboats and cutting the moors free.
Okay.
It means it's going to drop, obviously, fast, but you're going to have to row back. That's why I was saying it's not hard. Even if you've never really been in a vessel, or I should say a rowboat, you understand the concept of.
Yeah, you get the motion down, you're good.
And the worst that's going to happen is we're just going to paddle in circles.
Right.
By the way, just real quick, I don't know if this is possible or not, but when I find the crate that has the book in it, the idea that I would like to do is to break it out of the crate and basically shove that book.
I'm sorry, it broke up there a little bit. I don't know if you guys didn't see me or something.
How the book, he said it was thick. It is a larger one. But basically, I want to take it out of the crate, and I want to basically like shove it up under her skirts or something to hold it there and basically run out.
Okay. So then I take it you guys are going to take one of the lifeboats to drop off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what.
Yeah.
and I guess I'm covering them with gunfire back while they're getting the boat down.
Okay. So who? Well, you're gonna have to hop in it and cut, and
Yeah.
literally cut it. It's not something you're gonna be, and you're gonna have to cut at the same time. So we'll get that in a second. Gunshots, at least one for everybody.
Did you say we were, those of us who were passengers were able to get our weapons from our cabins? Okay.
Okay, there would be one hit against George. One hit against Dale. One. No.
Can I
That
attempt to
was tied
dodge or
against
no?
Rachel. It's going to be a nick on Adelaide. And Theodore. Ooh, that's not good. Okay. So Adelaide, Adelaide and Colton end up taking 1 point of lethal damage.
Okay.
If you have fortitude, you can roll that to soak it. Reverend, you end up getting popped for 2 points of lethal damage. You can, of course, try to soak that for if you have fortitude.
So is it so fortitude and stamina together?
No.
Just
It is
fortitude.
only- humans cannot absorb lethal damage. So anything above bashing, they have to have fortitude in order to do it.
Okay, so I
Otherwise,
have
they've
2
got
points of
nothing.
fortitude.
If you have 2 points of fortitude, you'll need to roll fortitude.
Okay.
Okay.
2 successes.
So he damaged your outfit.
Okay. Darn him.
Rachel got missed. Theodore, you took a lump. Do you have fortitude?
Nope.
Okay. So you took a point of lethal.
Point of lethal. All
Got
right.
grazed in the arm.
I am-
Who is trying to cut the boat free?
The one with the steak knife?
No, I'm using my clave.
Right, but we're going to need 2 people to do it simultaneously.
I have a knife too.
Right.
Yeah, so the 2 of us will cut it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your strength. Go ahead and roll your strength. Add potence if you have it. And then for you, Colton, +1 for your knife. For your knife.
That's not a knife. Wait a minute.
No. When I hold my
Math
clave
the
out,
knife.
Yeah.
Right, so it's strength plus potence plus the magic knife. So
Can I want to spend a willpower to get out of at least 1 success, if that's okay.
Yep. Go right on ahead.
All right. Difficulty 6.
Yep.
4 successes.
4 successes as well.
Nice.
Oh, what card is there out? It's not a success, right?
I'm
It
sorry.
was
What?
3 arts, not a success. So we have good luck, but no success.
Correct.
Yeah. So 4 for me.
Okay. So So you guys managed to cut it. It was close. So basically the end for Theodore gets cut first, but just after Colton does it, so it kind of like nose dives a little bit into the water. And so your 2 strongest people are probably the ones that are going to need to row. Betty.
Not me.
Whoa,
I
Black
agree.
Betty, bam a lam, black. Whoa, Black Betty, bam a lam.
I'm not injured, so I guess I will be
Can
one
Abby
of the
hear
rowers.
me? Okay.
Yes, I'm here. Sorry.
You're Abby, or you are Betty.
I thought you had. Yes, I'm sorry. I thought you said Adelaide, and yeah.
Yes,
My bad.
Betty, Adelaide.
But Adelaide and Abby are close, and I don't know. Sorry. I am here.
So you spaced out on what you thought your name was,
Yes.
but I'm saying Betty, which is what your character. Okay, I'm
Yeah,
sure that
sorry.
makes sense somewhere.
My bad.
So at this point, they're a little off target, from what you can tell. The ship ended up hitting. If you look at the bay in that area, you'll see that the river forks off. It comes into was it Scabas Bay or whatever it's called?
Scapos Bay is what you said?
Yeah.
I think?
There we
Yeah.
go. So it breaks off in that area. You'll see that there's kind of like an island that goes in between the main river. I think it's the Columbus River, and then the Scabas Bay. That's where the ship hit. So they're a little off course,
Okay.
but you're within range to try and snipe if something happens.
Okay.
So just as an FYI.
Thank you.
Okay, so who is going to be doing the rowing?
I have 3 strength and 2 in potence.
Yeah, same.
Adelaide. Oh, so 3 and 2.
I have two. I have 2 in strength and 2 in potent. Yeah. So with 4.
Ditto. So yeah.
But
Okay.
I'm not
I'm holding
injured
onto
either.
a book though, so under my skirt, so I'm clenching tight. So
Okay.
no.
So
It's
go
not me.
ahead. Go ahead and roll your dice gently down the stream.
So it'd be dexterity and
No,
no
it's going to be strength and
Strength.
potence.
strength.
Mhm.
Okay.
Jerome, I can summon something, but it says that its traits are equal to my wits. What are traits?
It's talking about an animal spirit at that point,
Mm.
like
So-
like something you would find from werewolf.
Oh, jeez.
I failed.
I got 1 success.
No,
Okay, so
bit rocky.
Betty,
Hmm.
they're rowing in a circle. One person
Told you we were going to be doing that.
One person seems to be like trying to figure out the oar, and another person is just rowing at this point feverishly, and they're just kind of going. And they are being fired on. So let's see. Is it time yet? No, not yet. Okay, so you guys are lucky for this one.
Are we?
So-
There's people shooting at us.
1, 2,
Probably like 1
3,
minute
4,
left.
5. So technically 6 that are here. Okay, so this is potentially one of the rounds being fired at Colton.
Can I try? I guess I can't dodge.
Yeah, you can't dodge.
So you could jump into the water.
I was
Mm-mm.
like,
Especially, not with
yeah,
you,
That's
especially
dodging.
not with you rowing. Okay, so
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
the boat would be moving if it wasn't for me.
Okay, so you have fortitude?
Me? No.
Oh, okay. Reverend, would you like to say a prayer?
I am giving my reroll to Colton.
You cannot,
Why
But
not?
I'm not rolling
because there's
anything.
nothing to roll. But you can
Oh,
give him a
really?
reroll if you want.
I'm gonna give him a reroll anyway,
Okay.
just in case. Because I finished all my
Say
other
a
ones.
prayer for me now.
So just make a note of that.
Okay, so
They have a reroll.
Colton. That is 3 lethal right to the shoulder. Bam!
Ooh.
All right. I'm still
Betty's
alive.
like, good shot.
So if you would like to start trying to row again, you can.
Mhm.
Make sure you're minusing off any from your dice pool overall.
Okay, I'm going to spend a willpower.
Sure.
Can I spend blood?
And we
on
still
this for
have the
potent?
red for, so we have.
You can
what-
spend a point of blood for potence, yes.
Okay. And was that just makes I get enough like? Because I'm not used to it like
How much
doing like.
potence do you have?
I have 2 in potence.
That means that's an automatic 2 successes at that point.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
And
Jerome,
a
I'd
9
like
of hearts.
Yeah.
So you will
Okay,
have
so
a little
then-
bit of good luck, and you will have 1 success.
So I have a total of 4 then,
Okay. So Colton, you are
Oh,
trying
sorry,
to row,
5.
correct?
because I rolled
yeah.
a. Yeah, so that's actually a 5 because
So
I did
what-
a willpower.
Okay, Adelaide. Shh.
Okay,
Colton,
sorry.
what is your health level at, and how many dice are you down?
I am at mauled, so I'm down 2 dice.
Okay,
So I've just
not
got.
terribly bad, but you've got 2 automatic successes, so you're going to roll if you have anything left for strength.
Yeah, I've got 3 strength.
So you have 1 more dice to roll.
Well, but I. Oh, yeah, right. Sorry, because I already got the 2 successes.
You know, I'd like to do something when it's my turn.
Same.
Okay. Well, so I just
Okay.
got the 2 successes.
So you will know technically you got 3 because the card that we just pulled is a 9 of hearts.
Oh, okay.
So,
So, yeah,
okay,
so
so
three.
now they're making forward progress at this point, Betty. Would you like to try and provide some cover fire or something at this point?
No, keep watching.
No.
Okay.
Just gonna keep watching.
Okay, keep watching.
Oh,
All right. So Theodore.
All right. Minions of the Deep. I want to spend a blood point, spend a willpower point, and summon a water elemental behind us in the water to start pushing us, to start pushing the rowboat. So it says it's
I
trade.
thought we were already aground.
No.
Are we?
Well, the
We're in a
big ship
rowboat
ran
to
aground.
leave.
Yep.
Oh,
So its traits are equal to my willpower. So it has no knowledge and it has no skills. It has no mental or social attributes. So does that mean that its physical attributes are all equal to my wits?
It just means it's a minor spirit is all. You don't have to worry about what its traits are.
I want to summon it to have it push us. Is what I'm
Which
what
is
I'm
fine.
doing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I got to spend a blood for that, and I got to spend a willpower for that. And I got to roll. Hold on. Sorry, it's my first time. I just got this skill for the first time.
Yep.
I have 8 dice I have to roll, but I'm also injured, right?
Yep.
What am I at? -1? I'm at -1. Okay, so I have 7 dice. Difficulty is 3 plus the level of the skill. It's so damn complicated. The skill is a 4, so difficulty is 7. All right. So /MM. I have 7 dice. Difficulty 7. I have a specialty in it. And I'm going to spend a willpower.
You can't spend a willpower when you're already spending a willpower to
That's
activate
right. I
something.
can only do 1 willpower per turn. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so 7 dice, 7 difficulty, and I got a specialty in it.
That's rough.
Wow.
Dang.
Thankfully, it's not a botch because you have a nine of hearts showing right now.
That's right. That's right, because there's
So you have.
Okay, no,
have a
I'm going to be
reroll?
honest, though. I have 2 1s on there.
It doesn't matter.
Fantastic.
If you have one success, it's not a botch. It's a failure.
Okay.
So long as you have 1 success, you could have 15 botches on there, and it's not a botch.
yeah.
Oh,
It's
okay,
just a
good.
failure.
Okay. All right.
So it just fails. You spend your blood. Make sure you mark that off.
I did.
Nothing happens, probably because you're panic stricken at this point. Gunfire raining down. This is probably the most vulnerable that everybody has felt in a while now. And Montague is nowhere to be found.
No, there's his body over there.
Oh yeah, you guys don't see it at this point.
No, it's not even there.
You will, of course, find out what happened to Montague.
Wouldn't Adeline kind of have an idea what happened to him?
Possibly. Right now, no one's worried about that, unless you guys
Right.
would like to stop and discuss that
No.
in the midst of
No.
time.
Nope.
That's what I thought.
Could the other people in the
So
boat be
at
like
this point, you
firing
guys are
back
starting-
up?
At this point, you guys are starting to pump it and as hard as you can, and getting that boat to go another direction. You're getting further out. They don't have rifles to fire at you. They've got pistols, so at further range, it's not nearly as accurate. So at this point, they're still firing, but you can hear the bullets like bloop, 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 hitting the water around you, not getting anywhere near you.
So, since we're getting further and further away from the boat, what is our visual? Like we're getting into dark waters.
Well, it's completely dark at this point. There's a little bit of moonlight. You're probably off target a little bit, so you're just gonna have to keep going to shore and hope you find what you're supposed to find.
So if I use what's that, feral eyes or eyes of the beast?
You can see in the dark.
Yes.
Right. Okay. I would like
Which will help a lot.
Yep. So I'm going to do eyes of the beast.
Okay.
And I will be kind of guiding us to where we're supposed to be going.
Perfect. Okay, so Colton and Adelaide, give me stamina checks. If you have fortitude, you can add that.
Fortitude? Okay. You said strength checks? Yes?
No, I said stamina checks. If you
Stamina,
have
sorry.
fortitude,
Thank
add
you.
it.
3 successes with 2 dice. With the specialty, I've been shot. Well, I guess 4 successes with the card.
That's right.
Oh, oops. Shelly.
Finally able to do my cool ability, and I
So you
I get
failed. Not
one.
bot,
Is it
but fail, right?
Still
right?
fail.
Well, I
It's
get
gonna be
one for the
canceled out.
card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
then no-
So, but with a little bit of luck. So at this point, Adelaide is is accurately guiding you. She can see kind of on the shore where you guys need to go. But she's beat. Like she can't continue. She's completely exhausted. Somebody else is going to have to take over and finish rowing the rest of the
I will.
way. Okay. Roll your strength and your potence.
So strength, I believe it's 2 and 2. Let me just double check.
and then take away whatever
Um,
the injuries are.
I have no injuries, period.
Sweet!
And I'm going to burn a willpower.
Okay, go ahead.
Put it up here.
You don't really need to, as you have a 9 of hearts showing.
Oh, okay. Well, then I won't.
Colton's white shirt is turned completely red.
Yeah, like same here.
I'm gonna be doing like a little bit of triage too, at some point.
Well-
Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. Strength and
Potence.
Strength and potence.
So 4. Plus. Oh, nice. 3.
3 successes.
4
4
with the card.
4.
So at this point, you guys are you jump in real quick, and Adelaide just kind of pulls herself forward to the front of the boat and just kind of lays down because she's never exerted herself like this, and it's completely beat. So she's just going to be your eyes to go
I just
forward.
sort of pat her like, no, I got this. You're good. And then I just basically take the oar from her, and then I'll start to row.
So would I have enough strength to kind of tend to the injured on the boat? Okay.
Nope. You push
out.
too hard, too fast, and you are completely
Okay.
exhausted.
Okay.
Can I try to summon my water elemental again?
You sure can. If you'd like to spend another blood point.
I know. I'm going to do it. Okay.
Okay. And then you'll need to give me a stamina check afterwards.
7, and there's a specialty. Come on. 3 successes, 4 with the card. I got to spend my willpower and my blood. And I'm doing a stamina check, you said?
Yep, difficulty 7.
Okay. 3, 7. Can I blow willpower for that?
That's for Todd, by the way.
Not for
Right.
that, but you have a 9 of hearts showing.
Okay. I failed, but 9 of hearts gives me a
9
success.
of hearts gives you 1 success. Okay. So at this point, you see Theodore try to cast his magic again, cutting himself, probably a little bit more profusely than he anticipated, to get the blood back in the water. And he slumps over. Not unconscious, but very woozy, just kind of like, like if he was on dry land, he would look seasick.
Did I cast it?
You did.
Yay!
So you can tell like the water kind of boils and bubbles a little bit, and then basically this kind of freestanding lump in the water is like next to the boat.
So I can summon. I can have a shape that I want, a rough shape. I kind of want like a merman, like to be able to hold the boat and push.
So then you guys see what looks to be kind of like a half water human thing. Like it doesn't take the form of an actual human, but almost as if the water solidified enough to look kind of humanoid, and it moves to the back of the boat and assists with you guys rowing, which at this point now moves you both at a good clip inward.
Cool.
And ends up bringing you to the shore. You are off a ways. So Betty, as you see that them come up, they're about a quarter mile north of you. Are you going to bring the horses around to them?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
Okay.
and call them idiots.
Todd, you have a reroll, by the way. I redeemed some points for you.
Yeah,
for
FYI,
later.
put that down in your character sheet.
Yes,
Thank
please.
you.
And keep in mind, when you put them down in your character sheet and you spend them, take them off your character sheet.
Mhm.
I had an instance where a character sheet was turned in here recently that a reroll was spent, but they didn't mark it off their sheet. So please keep that in mind. All right.
So I'm bringing the horses.
So at this point, the person you were told was going to be there, you were given kind of a rough description of what she looked like, comes up with your horses. There is obviously one extra because Montague did not make it.
Mm-hmm.
Very subtle.
Right. Thanks for the help.
Unfortunately, Montague did not make it.
Oh,
Hmm.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, let's get moving. None of us are going to make it if we stay here.
Right, you are. Let's
Betty,
go.
would you like to take a moment to describe what you look like?
No, probably just what you sent me.
But they don't know
Yeah, but
what you look like.
We don't know.
I know.
What do
I
we
don't
see in the
remember
dark?
at this-
Also, then just post it in the chat.
Okay, I'll send it.
The audience doesn't need to know.
Yeah, she looks a little bit like kind of what was her name? She looks a little bit like Monica Bellucci from The Matrix 2 and 3 and some other movies. She was also
Nice.
in The Mafia Mom here recently, which that was kind of creepy.
Chocolat? Was she in that?
I don't know.
No.
Chocolat.
That's the name of the movie. Johnny Depp.
Oh, she's the Merovingian's wife in the
Yes.
Matrix.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my.
Okay, cool.
Well,
Those of
hello.
you in the Facebook chat, you know what she looks like.
When people get
Sorry.
to shore,
It's
I will
supposed to
be
the
taking.
Discord one. Sorry.
She's a hottie.
Oh, it's fine. Either way is fine.
I will be taking time to basically triage people and sort of check injuries and things like that to
And with my little medicine too, she'll help.
make sure
Sure.
people are okay to travel and shit like that.
Okay.
And she'll eventually pull the book out from under her skirts.
Say
Gotcha.
a little prayer over the Reverend.
Once she pulls the book out, I think Betty would take it.
No, she wouldn't let her. No,
I will have that book, please.
you will not.
Was our orders to give it to Betty, or were we supposed
Yeah,
to
exactly.
get it?
Well,
To...
No,
No
not
orders like that.
necessarily, but you know she's actually here because Veridat specifically put her here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine, but no, you will not.
We'll be handing it to the master himself.
Okay. And then she'll just lead the way, I guess.
Sure. So the only other question then to kind of keep this going at a decent pace, are you going to hard ride your horses back to Ashland Mills? Because it is a bit of a ride.
I don't feel like we need to do that.
Especially because some of us are injured, and that would
Yeah, exactly.
hurt us.
I'll help to, patch people up and stuff as we go to make it easier of a ride, but I don't feel like I will tell people that with as many people that are hurt here, we don't need to be riding hard right now.
I'm going to use my whistle that to remove the tracks that we have as well.
Okay.
And if I need to, I'll put the book back under her skirts to hide it.
Are there no saddlebags?
Yep.
Yeah, no, there's saddlebags. All right, so Theodore ends up using this bizarre looking whistle as you guys are riding, and freezing cold comes from nowhere. Now, I mean, it's cool out, but it's not cool enough to be snowing. But this freezing wind comes up around, laced with snow, and you start to see that it's covering the tracks behind you.
I'm gonna look around to see if anyone's maybe concentrating a little bit.
Concentrating on what?
Well, he's like whistling on a whistle right now to make this happen.
It's a long, thin whistle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So as he's doing that, I'm gonna look around and do I make the connection possibly?
Oh yeah, 100%. Because it's a bone whistle.
Oh.
And as he's doing it, this is happening behind you. So there's no way, at least given your base knowledge of what you've experienced at this point, that you would miss this. Like, it's clearly something he's doing.
I'm very fascinated by
Yeah.
the bone whistle, so
Sure.
I'm gonna be like sort of keeping pace and with the book in her possession, just sort of, just walking and listening.
Okay. So you end up getting back. I do apologize, given the technical difficulties. This game is running a little bit longer than anticipated. So I will try and get us a wrap at this point within 45 minutes.
It's fine.
So you end up making it back eventually to Ashland Mills. With the item no worse for wear, and protected. The fact that you were able to... Did I scroll too far? I think I did. Yeah. The fact that you're able to hide your tracks behind you actually helped quite a bit. I will say that as you eventually get back, and some things I forgot to note as you get back here now, all of you have your own place of residency.
Yeah.
So basically, it's a small one-room, cabin someplace not far away. Or if you have higher resources, like in the case of Colton Cassidy, you have a small 2-bedroom little home not far away from Ashland proper.
Not to be morbid, because I've been hanging out with Montague, I'm going to go to Montague's place and clear it out.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Not to be morbid. I'm just going to rob a dead man's house.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure he's got good books that we've shared, and he's whatever, it's going to go
Be
away.
ashamed to leave it behind. I mean,
Sure, that's
it's
fine.
responsible.
I know.
So
he was the closest in the group as a friend, so I would go to his place out of respect and take his stuff.
So what ends up happening here? A couple days obviously pass. I'll let you tell me what you'd be doing in this time frame. I'll go to you individually. I will state, Adelaide and Evelyn, you guys have actually been helping out with the only doctor that's in town. His name is Dr. David Sison. So Sisson. And you guys practice out of the Ashland House, which serves as an inn, the post office, and the doctor's office.
Okay.
Okay.
Starting with Theodore then. Theodore, you obviously take some time out of one of the days to clear out the cabin that Montague had.
Right.
Okay. Is there anything else in particular you're doing in these couple of days?
Healing.
Outside of healing, obviously.
Okay, sorry. I don't know what kind of collection of books he had. I would be very interested in what he had there, and just going through his stuff. And then we had talked about doing a morgue, and we had also talked about creating a school. So I want to check into that, and I also want to just kind of work with my. I really screwed up with my magic abilities, so I want to play with my magic abilities here to see what I can do. So like if I have to go to bring something into my house and use pools of water in my house so I can practice in there. I want to practice stuff.
All right. So then Evelyn.
Yes.
So in the next couple of days, what are you doing? We'll say it's like 3 days.
Okay, so 3 days. So basically, when we get back, I will help to tend to those that got injured. And then with the book, because she kept like firm control with it, she will eventually go up to Veridot's cave area and present it to him.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, what?
I thought we were supposed to do that together. I'm sorry.
Well, y'all weren't with me, so
I would have figured if we were we would have presented it because we were all gonna get rewarded, right?
Correct.
I mean, sure, she's gonna go up there on her own with it, and if he wants to give you credit, sure.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yep.
Wow.
Just saying.
There's a snake in my boot.
So she will mention those that helped, but it was primarily her that went and actually retrieved it. And we're sorry to say that the bear Montague got killed on the way. And yeah, so that's her primary thing.
Pride before the fall.
I was going to say that Betty probably tails Evelyn
Sure. Okay.
the whole time.
Yeah, she's expecting someone to follow her at this point.
Okay.
She has an important item on her person, so yeah.
That was the whole point, was to make sure the mission was successful.
Sure. Okay. Adelaide?
Here's two.
Well, between helping out the town doctor, so we have to, because we have to provide our own food for ourselves. She will be practicing shifting to her wolf form and actually hunting deer and stuff for food.
Okay.
And she would share with the group what she brings down.
Would you put your mouth on?
Yeah, well, yeah, because otherwise she can't eat the whole thing.
No, I understand.
It's going to go to waste. So she would make sure like the Reverend gets fed because he's the Reverend, and
It's true. I'm the Reverend.
yes, you are. So she would make sure that she would pretty much be making his meals because she would also be helping him out.
Okay.
With the congregation and all that stuff, because she's a good Christian woman.
Sure.
With low
your
humanity.
Your congregation right now is like 20 people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which for the Old West, that's pretty darn healthy.
That's a lot.
That's not bad.
That's
Okay.
good.
And stuff. And so yeah, she would be playing with her new disciplines and then she would spend time with their master, trying to learn as much as she can about this new world that he's put them in.
Okay. Reverend?
So yeah, he's tending to his wounds because he was mauled. But then he, of course, then goes and does the preaching thing as much as he can. He might cough here and there because of his injuries he's healing from, but does what he can. And he it's just business as usual for him, trying to help anybody else that he can, being a good Christian man.
Okay. Colton?
Colton was also in Mauled, so he's probably spending this time healing. I think once he figured out that essentially the score was essentially swept out from underneath him, he's probably going to be really mad and be contemplating revenge. But I think for the moment, he's probably going to hop a train to someplace else to like get away from these people because they can't be trusted, and he knows a bad smell when he smells it.
Okay. All right. And then Betty.
I was tailing Evelyn, making sure that the book got
But that
taken
was
to
it?
the master. Probably, mostly, yeah. I don't think she probably would have kept an eye on everybody, just to keep find out where they lived.
Okay.
You know, very stalkerish.
Sure.
And Adeline would have been hospitable towards her. I mean, unlike Evelyn.
Oh, no. She's a respectable woman. She just is a little
Sorry.
bit private.
Yeah, so do we find out that she gypped us out of our
No. She didn't jip you out of it. She presented it, but
she's just taking
told
credit.
Yeah,
told
exactly.
y'all.
Yeah.
She mentioned you guys in the
Oh, thanks.
narrative.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
were supposed to go on day 4. She just went on day 1.
Yeah, we were in the at the movies when they do award ceremonies. The people we lost along the way, we were in that list.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I mean, technically, she's the one that got in there and got it. So yeah, she's gonna praise herself a little bit,
Yeah,
but she's
you
gonna
didn't
give you guys
vote.
credit.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
I don't know what you guys were doing, like everybody else, but
Yeah.
those like the
Well,
Reverend,
and it's
Getting
really
shot.
great that you asked. And yeah, but as
the
Colton
Reverend
is,
and Colton helped. I don't know
Yeah.
anybody else that was around, so
as somebody died as well, so it's like from
I'm
Colton's
sorry,
perspective, he's just
not
like
sorry. If
this
you
is a
give
it's
bring
a
their
den of
body to me,
vipers.
I'm sure
he
I
doesn't
can
trust you.
have fun with it.
I think the sharks ate it. He was
Okay.
bleeding.
So what I'm going to go ahead and do here, since this is actually a good stopping point, I'm actually going to rewrite part of the idea I had for the final episode and include what else should have happened in this episode because of the timing and technical difficulties. And then, Brittany would have liked to have been here and
I'm so
Yeah.
sorry,
Yeah.
Brittany.
Oh,
Oh.
Brittany. I love you,
Okay.
Brittany.
and then my internet connection went wonky there for a bit, which didn't help. So we will hang our heads in silence for the next dearly departed. We had 6 to start. We had 7 to start this game off. We're now down to 6.
So do we have the booming
How we
thing
have
like
more
they
than
had in Hunger
Oh,
Games?
Hunger Games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about
One shot or
this
Belfry
specific
to
game,
death.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we'll do for the wrap up game, I'm gonna rewrite some stuff. I think it's gonna fit, given everything that's happened. I do apologize, Abby, that you kind of sat out for most of the game.
Mhm.
I didn't.
That's okay.
I didn't anticipate it going like that. Sometimes that happens. But our final game for this will be October 27th for episode 3 of the Dark West, and then we'll be returning to Ashland by Night proper after that. So it's going to be interesting to find out what's going on. If
Oh
you
my
would like to
God.
keep up on some of the ongoings that's going on in Ashland, you can tune in to the Blood Ties game, which will be happening on the 21st of October. There's obviously some stuff going on. It's not the main part of the game, but there are some side stuff that's going on. On October the 14th, which is tomorrow at 6 p.m., we have our Superheroes game that's going to be kicking off again. Looking forward to that. That's always fun. Next week, we have, on the 18th, we have Cyberpunk. So that's back in action at 7 p.m. And then on the 19th, we're actually going to be kicking back off with Street Fighter with whoever we have.
I mean, I'll be there.
Yeah, so unfortunately, we've had some scheduling issues with that one because of stuff just going on. And if we only have 2 people, we'll play. We have 3, great. But we'll figure it out.
It is what it is.
Yeah. So thank you guys to anybody who tunes into us and watches the replay. I'm going to get the 2 episodes spliced together, so that way it's just one kind of simultaneous download instead of two. And get that off the side here. All right, and then we'll go ahead and sign off from here. So thank you guys again for playing, and I hope you have a good night. Good night, guys.
Night.
Night.